What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be doing disassembly and maintenance of the Sencut Bronte. This is going to be a pretty straightforward disassembly. I do recommend that you buy yourself a set of Weeha bits, or you can pick the CRKT tool up that is made by Scout Tools. That's upside down. And it includes Weeha bits for you. This is really nice too because I use my Maxpedition to kind of store all of this stuff in. So I like this because it goes in that pin pocket. Since you are going to need a 6 and an 8 for this, I do recommend if you have multiple bit drivers that you can use both. But again, this does come with the 6 and the 8. I do happen to also have a Scout tool, and they are not sponsoring this video. I just like them because they're well made and affordable. But I do also have just a little driver. It is not this, it's not going to spin forever. It just spins freely with minimal resistance to no resistance, making it easy to kind of hold and manipulate the driver, which is why I like it. I like it a lot. So the T6s are going to be here. You only need to remove the outer one because that is the only one that is in the standoff. So you can just remove that bolt if you don't want to take the scale apart. Then once you have that loose, it's probably not going to come out of the micarta. You can go ahead and begin moving out your pivot screw. No Loctite on there. It stayed in place really well. That is definitely steel, so the magnet is working here. And then from here, you should be able to just, oh wait, you know what? I bet you there's a hidden screw on there. So I'm going to take back what I said. You are going to have to remove the pocket clip. My apologies. I didn't think about it until I started to pull it. I think sometimes, yep, there's a hidden bolt here. So you will go ahead and disassemble that fully. And this is also going to be a T6. Go ahead and take that out. So sorry, I was not thinking when I started to say that you won't need to remove that pocket clip. I do forget that some of these do have hidden bolts in there. So now you can lay your knife down safely. You can just start to wiggle it apart. It should disassemble. If the standoffs come up with this piece, I recommend just go ahead and remove them and put them back on the other side best as you can. If you're working with rubber gloves like I am, might be a little bit of a challenge. I don't know which one's which. They both seem the same, but this clearly is meant to be for the lanyard. From here, you can go ahead. Oh, look, I found the 9CR. I looked for this in the review video. Why couldn't I see it? Let me see something real quick. Yeah, how come I didn't see it? I must not have looked good enough when I closed it. Comes pretty well lubed. The lube does not have any black or chalkiness to it, except for where the acid wash is starting to come off of the knife a little bit. Go ahead and remove, well, that was dumb. Both of my standoffs came out. I guess wait to flip these standoffs or the lanyard pins over until after you've flipped out the, whoops, man, this thing is running away from me. The pivot out to clean it. I do not believe they have washers. No, they're just riding directly on the steel liners. Go ahead and clean your detemp ball and your standoff. Now, mine is a little weak as far as the tune for it, so I am trying to expand it a little bit. Find something that you can lay there to kind of measure the distance that you can read off of pretty well to make sure that you're bending it. Also, make sure you're not bending this part down. Make sure that you're bending this part in.
A few moments later.
All right, once you've adjusted that, if you want to adjust it, go ahead and start or finish cleaning up everything that you have to clean on the knife. I am cleaning the pivot and the tracks, and I still need to clean the bearings. These bearings for a sub $50 knife, you can get some Rocket Glide if you want to, but honestly, these fold over bearings with the ceramic balls in them are not bad. They have really smooth action. I'm hoping that cleaning this up and tuning it makes this Bronte operate even better. Now that everything is cleaned off, just go ahead and start back with the reassembly of the knife. So pick your bearings. I believe all the Civivis have their bearings facing the blade, the closed side facing the blade, or at least I think so. I'm trying to remember when I took it apart what it looked like. Yeah. I think the closed side was facing up on this side. There we go. The pin is pressed fit. I love that. Oh, you know what I forgot? Put a little bit of lube on the pivot. There we go. As I was saying, the stop pin press fit. It's kind of neat how it works on this one too. It rides over, it hovers over the micarta, and it stops on the steel liners. So super simple design, but it works really well. So I thought that was really neat. I noticed that when I pulled it apart, that's how those stop pins. I love that it's press fit, because I feel like it's going to be an even solid lockup as opposed to one that's sitting here and the blade rides across into it. Hang on, I'm trying to see, sorry. So I was really happy to see that. Let me wipe some of this oil off. And then you're going to reinstall your steel liner. I can feel that lock bar is sitting in a little slightly different spot. Since I had no lock stick with this one, I'm not worried about trying to fix this one. I did on the Osprey or Osprey, however you say it, have some lock stick. So that disassembly video, I am going to have to get rid of the burr that's probably causing that issue. Woo-wee, this thing is giving me a hard time. That's because it's upside down. Whoops. Oh, so hard to work with these rubber gloves. I didn't realize it had, yep, totally upside down. Hard to see with these gloves. So sorry, guys. All right, go ahead and reinstall the hidden standoff bolt. Make sure that's sitting nice and snug. Now you can go ahead and grab your scale and fit that back on. I'm just gonna hit the standoff real quick to hold it in place. Ugh. Okay, this one here has fallen, so I'm gonna try to use the magnetized one to stand it back up. There we go. Actually, it came out, which is even better. I find that it is easier to reinstall these free-handed. Don't over tighten these, especially the one that goes into the scale. The scale is a little bit thinner, so you don't want to strip that out. It really does not need to be muscled in. It just needs to be snug. Let's see here. Let's see how that feels. Nice tension. Still weak. I adjusted it as best I can. As long as you're giving it the beans, it's fine. It does feel smoother though. How come I couldn't see that 9CR? I definitely was not looking in the right spot. But that is how simple it is to disassemble and maintain your Bronte. If this video helped you, if you could do me a favor, leave a like. Consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you follow along. Thanks to everyone out there that regularly supports the channel, watches, leaves the likes and comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a fantastic week, and until next time, peace.